can't do that. But you do have to talk about how every grandma is in a moo making your breakfast.
Of course they are.
And that's true. Like that's. I feel like grandmas don't do that anymore.
No, I mean, you think about like.
I feel like maybe I'm just thinking that because my grandparents are dead. Like all my grandparents are gone. Yeah. But I have a feeling like if I meet anyone else's grandparents, I'm not gonna meet them like in a nice, or like in a moo making you lunch for the day.
Well, like like Annalise, Sherry's mom, my mom, they're not grandma. I mean, they're grandmas.
Yeah, but
they don't dress like grandmas.
They don't act like grandmas.
Yeah. Like my grandma was a grandma.
That's what I'm saying. My Momo and Naki. Yeah. They even had the most ultimate grandma names.
Yeah.
They don't. You don't have that anymore.
No, and kiddo doesn't have. I mean, like I said, my ex mother-in-law, her grandma, more energy than me. Like for sure. 100%, this lady could run circles around me.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, she's insane.
She's a crack addict.
Yeah, it's insane, man. She's just, she's always been like that since I've known her. The first time I met her, she was a ball of fire and has never lost a spark. It's crazy.
You know, that's like Mark at work. And I'm not just name
really?
dropping, but
no.
But in a good way. That man is never tired.
You talking one back in your area?
Yeah.
Really?
Dude, we could work a hard 12-hour shift. And he may get like a little just kind of like frustrated or something, but he is just never like today. I'm not walking out of work. I'm trudging.
Right. You're done. You're done. It's over.
That man, I'm telling you, 24/7 just doesn't stop. How do you have this? I told him, I picture him laying in bed before work and he's just, and the moment that alarm clock hits, he's up. He doesn't need coffee.
Right, there's no coffee here.
He does drink a lot of coffee, but that's just how, and that's the answer. But I'm like, how?
Yeah, how does this happen?
How? You're old enough to be my dad, and you're still you.
Yeah, just 100 miles an hour. Yeah. And I don't understand people like that. I really don't. I used to be like that. Once this medical stuff happened, it kind of threw me for a loop. And I don't have as much energy as I used to have.
I get that way if I have several different things going on and they're all lining up or I'm getting them checked off one by one. You notice the other day with the trainees, I came in the room and I was acting like a crackhead.
Right.
Because I'm talking 100 miles an hour. Right. But that's because I just saw this person I got done. I just got this done. I saw this person. I just saw this. Like everything was falling into place. Yeah. So my momentum was just steadily picking up more and more till I had to stop and go, I'm talking too fast. I need to calm down. I'm acting like a crackhead. You're not understanding a word I'm saying.
Yeah,
I'm talking too fast.
Everybody's just looking at you going,
yeah.
What's happening?
Why is this giant man talking 100 miles?
Yeah, you got to be super careful with that. Like you do. Because like me, if I just walk in and start talking to him, look at this guy. You know, like this dude over here with the crack rock in his pocket. You know,
they're gonna
you come in and start doing that. They're like, this could be a problem. It could be a real problem right now.
Is he going to die?
If he doesn't die, if he starts going crazy, we can't stop him. This is going to be like Godzilla. There's just no stopping. He's just going to with the tail and everything. It's going to be awful.
Yeah, it's the Godzilla from the old Toho films.
Yeah.
So it's in a costume, and I'm like jumping up and down, crushing cities.
So I had a question earlier, and I cannot remember what it was.
No, I don't think you're pretty.
You do, though.
I think you're horrendous. Ugh.
You do, though. Okay, so let's... If you were story. It's almost a would you rather type situation.
Okay, all right, lay it on me.
So you can be. Now you're stranded.
All right,
butt naked.
Okay,
naked and afraid style.
Okay, naked and afraid style.
Naked and afraid style.
Love that show.
Okay, naked and afraid style. You're stranded. Do you want to be in like the Sahara Desert, or do you want to be like in the Amazon rainforest?
See, that's tough. Because Sahara Desert, things are burning.
Yeah.
Things are not going to... Appendages are not going to be covered up good.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be sunburned.
Socks.
Again. I got to really think, do I want hot feet or do I want a sunburnt?
Yeah.
That's not a tough choice. But at the same time, Amazon, granted, rain, going to be humid as hell.
Bugs.
But a lot of biting, a lot of critters.
You got snakes.
I know there's critters out in the Sahara Desert, but
you got bugs. You got snakes.
You know what? Immediately I think of when I think about when you bring up that scenario.
Undiscovered tribes.
No,
it's so bad. So you want to get eaten?
No. I'm thinking of not Bear Grylls, but who's the other guy who would do it all by himself? Survivor Man. Survivor Man. And I remember one episode, he pulled the camera out in the middle of the night, and it's in night vision.
Yeah.
And you can see his face, and of course, 3 inches behind him, pitch black.
Sure.
Nothing.
Can't see shit.
Can't see nothing. But the moment he turns to the ground, and it's 2 feet away from him, there's one of those Brazilian spiders.
Yeah.
As bigger than my hand.
Yeah.
And he's like, that's right next to me. And I thought, oh, dear God. Like snakes, I can deal with. Snakes don't bother me. Spiders, get out of here. I will run like a girl. Spiders that big? Yeah, I will burn this house down if I saw one.
Yeah, I've told everybody, like, so I'm that way. I'm not about... Spiders don't really concern me. I don't want to see one as big as your hand. They don't concern me, though. If I saw one as big as your hand, as long as I can move around a little, I'm okay. Now, where I'm terrified is what you said. I'm terrified of snakes. So it's one of those things that, like, if a snake crawled through this front door right now and looked at me and went, my house now, bitch, I'm like, you're right. You're absolutely right. I'm going to go ahead and move down the road. Like, I hate snakes, man. They're so scary.
I think I'll go with Amazon.
Really?
There's leaves, there's vines. I could make a satchel for my biscuits.
Man, I don't know, dude.
It's one smaller layer away from everything else. Where in the Sahara, yeah, I can put my sock on my junk, but I'm terrified if I fall asleep, a scorpion's just gonna and right on my pecker.
Pecker?
And there's two things about that. One, hey, it's going to grow a little bit more. It's going to make me feel good.
Yeah.
2, it's going to hurt a lot.
Yeah.
Trying to look for that silver lining, but I don't want any scorpion just to.
So you picked Amazon?
I'll take the Amazon.
Wow, man, I don't know, man.
Which one would you take?
Oh man, that Sahara is sounding pretty fucking good right now. You know.
Get out of here with that. No.
Yeah, I think so.
No.
I can't imagine like the bites and the bugs and the snakes and the they're not over there. Never mind. That's Africa.
Take your junk out of the situation.
Yeah.
Water. You need water. So all right, go with Amazon. Drink from the rain. Run up.
Till an undiscovered tribe eats you cannibal style.
No, I think it'd be okay.
You think you're okay? So, okay, in the same vein.
Let's be real. All right, let's be honest here. Right now, you drop me in the Amazon and Undiscovered Tribe sees me. Oh, they're set. Oh, they're like, they're going to pray to whatever God that they pray to. They're going to be like, oh, he's feeding us good. How do we? Yeah. I'm feeding them for a good month.
All right. Hey, this is another one I had. It's not really a would you rather. I was just thinking about it today at work. I have no idea why I was thinking about this. I don't know. We're going to start at Chihuahua. And we're going to work our way up. And you tell me when a dog's going to fuck you up in a life or death situation.
Oh, okay.
So if a Chihuahua attacks you. Really?
No, okay. No.
So if a Chihuahua.
Oh, God. I would punt a Chihuahua so far. And I would happily do it.
So, okay.
Because they are the most horrendous. They are some of the most horrendous looking animals. So it's a lemon with eyes.
This is a Chihuahua on a mission, though. I mean, he's coming at you.
Bring it.
Okay, so you're okay with the Chihuahua?
You do see my size. You know how tall and big I am.
You're going to stomp a Chihuahua out.
Oh, I'm stomping a Chihuahua. Okay. I'm going to cry when I do it because I'm just going to, you're going to hear a smack, crunch, and then me crying. You're going to hear that, and then me. I'm sorry.
So let's move through the lower ranks pretty quick. So we'll move up to like a Corgi.
Oh, God,
You're stomping a Corgi out? And now this is a Corgi on a mission.
No, I'm stomping again. It's going to break my heart.
That you're stomping a Corgi out.
They got fluffy butts. they waddle. They waddle when they walk.
So the Corgi.
Here's my answer with old girl. Whenever time like I go over and I'm like, hey, I'm gonna love on your dog first. Why? He doesn't have thumbs.
Yeah.
He's life is not fair for him.
No.
He doesn't have thumbs.
No,
so that's the one thing about dogs. I always say about Israel. I'm like, listen. I'm going to feel bad. They don't have thumbs. But I'm going to end that damn corgi.
Okay. All right.
I'm going to rock its world.
So what about a full-grown poodle? Those are big.
Full-grown poodle?
A full-grown poodle. Not a teacup, not a toy. We're talking about a full-grown poodle.
I am snapping its... I think poodles
you think you're going to take a poodle out?
I think poodles are...
Now, poodles are known to be a little aggressive sometimes.
Bring it.
You're saying you're stomping a poodle
all
out?
right. Do you remember... in one of like the old King Kong movies where he actually like rips open the T-Rex's jaws this way?
No.
I'm doing that to the poodle.
To a poodle?
It's going to bite my hand. I'm going to reach over on its upper jaw and just...
Yeah, and that's it.
And that's it. I don't like poodles. I don't. I don't like poodles. I don't really know why. I think I associate them with like aristocrats and rich people. That's what they... You know, like the little people? French poodles or whatever that have all the fancy, haircuts and all that with the puffy tail. I just associate that from movies, and I just don't like poodles.
So, okay. So you're saying you're going to stomp a poodle out?
Fuck yeah.
I feel like a poodle starts giving you problems. I feel like a poodle, you're not coming out the same.
Well, as I just said, it may bite my hand. Okay, then I'm going to sacrifice that time so I can just...
Yeah, I feel like when you get the poodle, you're not going to come out the same. You're going in one way, you're coming out another.
I'm going to come out scratched up.
Sure.
Oh, yeah.
But you're saying at the end of the day, if it's this poodle hasn't eaten in, let's call it a month or so, and neither have you. You're fucking this poodle up.
I'm fucking the poodle up. And
I don't know.
I'm going to fuck up and eat the poodle.
So what? Okay.
And give it, all right. Give it a poodle that hasn't eaten a month. Give me who hasn't eaten a month around your bullshit lamps.
Yeah.
Your stupid ass candle that you lit.
Yeah.
It's not even lit anymore because it is ran out. It's done.
Good.
It is done.
No.
It's dead. Why'd you even bother lighting it? Like
it just blew out because of the air.
How infuriated I am right now.
No, it blew out because of the air.
How infuriated I am right now.
That it blew out because of the air.
From all of this stupid shit.
What?
All this stupid Zen shit.
I love it.
Okay. Put that anger into me in that scenario. Oh, that poodle doesn't stand a chance.
I don't know, man. I think a poodle's going to give you... I think you're going to go a few rounds with him.
No.
No, you think it's over quick?
Over quick.
Wow, okay.
One round.
I think you feel...
And within 5 minutes, I'm snapping its neck.
You think so?
Yeah. I like how I'm just a serious dog murderer here now.
No, it's okay. So, wait.
In this scenario, folks, the dogs are trying to attack me. So I'm defending myself. I'm not murdering dogs.
Cut that out.
I'm defending myself.
We're going to cut that out. So wait. Okay. So now we're getting into the heavyweights.
Oh, here we go.
So well, I say that we're like at light heavyweight right now. Okay.
Yeah,
so we're going golden retriever or a black lab, like kind of in the same vein.
Now that I'm
starting to get dicey.
I'm limping away.
Okay, but you're winning.
I think I'm winning, but I'm limping at this point. Like I'm either I'm losing a hand or an arm is not going to be usable after I'm done.
Okay.
And either an arm or a leg is going to be like, hey, this is like, I need to get to a hospital for this.
We got 3 more. And then we're going to get out of this stupid conversation. We got 3 more. So we're going to go with a German Shepherd. Now, this is a police dog.
Oh, no, I'm fucked.
You're not making it out? That's where it's over?
I'm not making it out.
So you're saying the next 2, you're out. There's just
let me guess, was one of them the pit bull?
No. The next one was like one of those Malinois or whatever.
What's a Malinois?
You've never seen? Oh, they're like they're like police dogs on steroids. They're like what Brazilian police use.
Oh dear God!
And then I was gonna go Timberwolf, like a straight up wolf.
I thought you were gonna do like the bear dogs they use in Russia or whatever.
No.
I'm like, yeah, I'm not.
Those are one of those Ridgeback, Ridgeback.
I don't know. They're massive. Yeah. They are monsters. Yeah, they're used to hunt bears. I can believe it. My God. Yeah. Yeah. By the time you met German Shepherd,
it's over. You're not beating up a German Shepherd.
I'm there with my throat bitten out. Just
really. I can't wait to cut all that up of you talking about murdering dogs.
Again, we're not murdering dogs. I'm protecting myself from being attacked by these dogs.
I just had to drag you into that one.
Yeah, maybe a dog murderer. Other episode, we had to clarify. We're like, we are not sympathizing with Hitler. Now I got to make sure to clarify again. Like, man, you're making me clarify all this shit. Have to reassure everyone that we're not.
Away. I can't promise you it's going to make it in, but clarify away.
No, you can't cut that shit. It sucks when he's like the producer and he's like, oh, you know what? Let's just cut that out. I'm like, no. We're just going to make Garrett look bad. That's what you're doing.
No, I wouldn't do that. I'm not going to cut anything out. Well, I had to cut a few things out of the other episodes.
No, well, we broke some of our own rules, though.
Yeah, we
broke,
got a little dark.
God damn, we did get a little bit dark.
That episode was the funnest episode we've ever done.
That one was...
It was the best.
It was a lot.
It was the best.
It was so long.
Yeah, it was.
I didn't realize it was an hour and 45 minutes. Like, there's no way we're going to...
So it was an hour and a half cut.
Jesus.
And I cut a lot out.
Man. Dear God.
Oh. So what's been going on, man? We're right on the verge of World War III here.
God, I'll tell you what. It's been weird since we got to do our last little episode together. Yeah. Let's see. Your favorite quarterback, Matt Stafford, he's a champion now. I know that makes you happy because you're not a Detroit Lions fan or a LA Rams fan. You're a Matt Stafford fan.
That guy.
Because you love the fact that he wins even though he looks confused.
No.
And that makes you happy.
You know what I don't like? I don't like the fact that Matt Stafford just Kevin Duranted the NFL and they let him do it.
They did.
That's what I don't like.
They really did.
He just took his ball and went home and went, I'm going to go play with all the good guys. And then they carried him to a Super Bowl. And at the end of the Super Bowl, they're like, look at what Matt Stafford did. No, he didn't do anything. He did nothing. He just went to a team that had a bunch of good players.
Oh, he had a lot of good players. Yeah. I really didn't want them to win because I don't like Odell.
What?
Dude, once you're a Giant, you're just when you start out as a New York Giant, you're a rival to me. I can't unsee that. No. Him and his pink, stupid ass hair.
I like
that, and I'm also jealous that he's super athletic.
Yeah,
God probably goes through women like socks every day.
Got a huggy hog, I'm sure,
and is rich.
Yeah, rich beyond his means.
Anytime there's a professional athlete that I don't like, one, it might be a little bit of their character.
Yeah,
but mostly it's because they're living a life that I want.
Yeah, that me and Colton talked about this on our episode. I was like, I'm always rooting for, like, I don't root for the underdog. Like, I don't root for the no hitter. You know, if they're throwing a no hitter, it's bottom of the ninth, 2 outs. I'm praying for a bloop single. I'm praying for. I'm like,
you're
dude,
that. Oh, you're that prick.
Oh yeah.
God.
I'm the guy he's sitting down there all by himself at the end of the bench. Nobody's speaking a word. Everybody's just calm and quiet and leaving him alone down there as he pitches a no. And in the 8th, I just walk by, scratching my stomach, and go, I didn't make nobody hit yet. And just walk away.
And then all of a sudden,
dash.
You hear that, and you hear him say, and instead of cheering, you just hear, and you hear a fucking kid on the side just like, yes, finally.
Yes.
You're the one. It could be a stadium quiet,
and that's be the ball game.
And Ken will be the only one clapping. You're just,
somebody hit that charge.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I never root for the under, and that's why I'm a big fan of Tom Brady. Because he's good looking. He's got a beautiful wife who's got more money than him. Yeah. Their children are absolutely just salt of the earth. You know,
they kiss him on his lips.
Yeah, and he's got everything. So I want him to have more. He needs more.
Why?
Because
he needs more.
He needs more.
He doesn't.
He does. You know why? Because he's not one of those idiots like Matt Stafford that like and all that. You know, it just sounds like a drunk hillbilly when he talks. He talks like a professional, and every time he goes on that field, he wants to put his foot on your throat and kill you. And yeah, I like that.
I think part of the reason I'm not a big Tom Brady fan is because for years, it was always Tom Brady against Peyton Manning. Getting into the...
Please tell me you're not a Peyton Manning fan.
Yeah, I was a Peyton Manning fan.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
That egg-headed moron.
That was the steroids. Okay, come on
that
now.
That egg-headed moron.
That forehead got bigger and
The
bigger.
only thing...
Really, I mean, for every season, it always came down. Indianapolis and New England.
Sure.
Who's going to the Super Bowl or who's advancing in the playoffs? And I was always like, no, Peyton. I want Peyton to do it.
The fact that Eli had 2 and he had none made me so happy till he got his 2. I was so upset. I was like, I just want him to go, or I just want him to retire, knowing his brother is a 2-time Super Bowl champion and he's not. That would have made me so happy.
Oh, God. Dude. God, what was it? One year, whenever he was playing for Denver, and I forgot they're in the Super Bowl, but they lose. It was a big goose egg.
Yep.
I remember me and my buddy of mine. We were at a restaurant watching the game, and he said, "You know what? It's hard. I doubt this is gonna happen. For every busted play that Denver has, we're gonna take a shot of tequila.
Yeah,
and we're gonna chase it with wine because he was an alcoholic. So that's yeah. I just thought, you know what? It's Peyton. It's Denver. Man, they got this." And I forgot who they played, but it turns out I think it was a shutout or almost a shutout. And I'm just like, what happened? Yeah. I don't remember most of that night. I don't remember.
I'm sure.
I don't remember getting home. I don't remember driving home. I think I remember dancing with one of the waitresses.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I just remember thinking, thank you, Peyton, for shit in the bed.
Speaking of sporting events, I think me and your counterpart have plans to. We're gonna make the first 2 rounds of the NCAA tournament, and then we're gonna do the Sweet 16, the Elite 8. Yeah, they're both. I mean, both sets are in Texas.
Counterpart.
Your counterpart at work.
Oh yeah,
the short one.
Oh really?
Yeah, I think we're gonna roll down and watch. So the first 2 rounds are in Dallas.
Yeah.
For one of the brackets. I mean, for one of the...
Oh, that'd be awesome.
So the first 2 rounds are in Dallas, and then the Sweet 16, the Elite 8 are in San Antonio.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, that's going to be cool.
Oh, my God, it's going to be fun.
I can't stand NBA. I can't stand professional basketball.
Yeah.
But college?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I love college basketball.
You don't like the NBA, huh? Why not? What's the problem? Is it the political end of it?
It is.
Okay.
For me, it's too political.
Yeah.
Where it's kind of like watching boxing. Yeah. I'd rather watch the Friday night fights.
Yeah.
Because you're trying to make it.
Sure.
You're trying to get to the primetime spot.
Yeah.
So I that's why I like college more than anything. Because you're trying to go pro.
I've never looked. It's weird. People get like my. You take my dad for instance, man.
Yeah.
The dude just will hardly watch an NFL game. He'll watch. He kind of sort of watch the Super Bowl, but he won't watch the NFL because of all the shit they did with the kneeling and the
well,
this
it's
and
just
that.
so much.
And my dad was like, I'm out. And I've always been kind of the opposite of it. Like, this sounds so bad, and this sounds like me being an asshole, but it's not, I swear. Those are guys, they're not even human to me. Like, you're just there. You're just there to entertain me. I don't care. So, like, you can take a knee. You can pull your dick out and show it to everybody and flip it at the camera. You can do whatever you want to do. As long as you're scoring a touchdown and entertaining me on a Sunday, do the fuck you want to do. I don't care because your word, like, if Tom Brady comes out and goes, I hate lollipops or whatever he decides to hate, or, anybody, LeBron... you name one.
No. I go for both sides. Like, don't get me wrong. Yeah. It could be against my political views.
Yeah.
Even for my political views. Yeah. I just hate that they got to point it out and throw it in there and be like, and also he believes that, like, I don't give a shit.
That's just what
I want to see you.
Right.
I want them to load you up with steroids. Yeah. And I want to see you rip someone's head off. And I want to see you knock a ball out of the ballpark. Every single time.
We're on the same page. We're talking about the same thing because it's the same thing. I don't care. You could come out and Tom Brady could say, I fucking hate tacos. It literally means nothing to me. I'm like, okay, great. You hate tacos. Anyway, monkey, get out there and dance. That's what you're here to do. You're here to dance for me, monkey. So go dance. Like, go dance. That's what you're here for, Tom Brady. You make all the money, and I get it. You're popular, and you've got all the money. You've got all the women. You've got that. You got that. Go dance, monkey, because if you don't dance for me, you don't make the money. So go dance, monkey. Yeah. Like, go dance right now. and do your little lollipop all around the field, or I'm not going to watch you, and then you're not going to get your money. So at the end of the day, I win. Yeah. Like I don't care. Like you can do whatever you can do, whatever you want.
But that's why I like college though, because that's exactly what they do is they just go out and play.
Yeah.
But also rivalries are rivalries. Yeah. That's my big thing. Rivalries are a real thing there. Yeah. Where pros,
there's some. I mean, there's you got Yankees, Red Sox.
They're not as intense though as college.
Nah, you got. I mean,
and mostly it's because of the fans. The fans are even more heated than anything. A bunch of dumb frat kids.
The only big rivalry in professional sports is what Yankees, Red Sox. And then NFL, you got what, maybe Dallas, Washington, maybe.
Well, I was gonna say it's not even that heated.
Yeah, so it's not even that heated. It's just, I don't know. There's not a lot of rivalries.
That whole NFC East division is all rivalries, but it's not compared to like say
Michigan, Ohio State.
It's nothing. It's nothing.
It's nothing. A&M, Texas, back when they
Notre Dame, Miami, what is it? Florida and Florida State. Yeah. I mean, but it's also because of all the college kids who talk so much shit.
Yeah. Well, and the NFL, the rivalries used to be a little more heated, but back before free agency was a big thing. Because when teams were together, they were together for 15 years.
Yeah, they were together forever.
So it was this guy against this guy for 15 years.
Yeah.
Where now, this guy against this guy, and then next year, that guy's playing for that guy. So it's like, whatever. Like, I was a Steeler yesterday, but I'm not now.
It's going to be hard to be that way in baseball. Because, my God, you get traded mid-season.
Yeah.
You won't even stay the full season. It's not even like a contract then. It's like, hey, no, you know what? We're going to pay this out. Now you're playing for this team next week. I mean, God damn, they trade you around like crazy.
Yeah, I mean, you look at like back when the Red Sox came back from that 3-0 deficit back years ago, when they came back from 3-0 deficit. Half of those players that were on that team played for the Yankees a few years later. It's just that whole rivalry went to the other side. Like there's I'll take over here. Yeah, most of those guys played for the Yankees at one time. Which is insane. I don't know.
That's what happens when you don't have a salary cap, though.
I love it. That makes me. I love it. Now,
it's crazy.
Now I'll
just go nuts.
Yeah, do your thing. Now I'll say, man, it would be tough in the NFL because there would be two teams that would be in the Super Bowl every year. The Cowboys and the Patriots. That would be
they got the most money.
Yeah,
they're just gonna buy a championship.
Yeah,
they're
just gonna buy it every year. Like the lineup, if they took the salary cap away, the lineup for the Cowboys would be.
Jerry Jones is gonna shake the change out of his cushions, out of his couch cushions, and be like, "Yeah, that'll buy me 2 Super Bowls. Let's go ahead and do that."
That's what I'm saying. Is I can't even imagine if they just went, "All right, it's a free for all." It'd be like your backup quarterback would be Tom Brady. What are you talking about? He'd be the guy sitting on the bench.
Did you think he was going to retire before everything? I really didn't think he would.
My dad,
I thought he would give it one more year. I was going to give him one. Everyone's saying 2 or 3. I was like, I feel like at least 1.
My dad looked at me when that game was over and he was sitting on the sidelines. My dad looked at me and said, well, the next day when I saw him, he looked at me, he said, that's it. He's done. It's over. He said his face, it's over. And I was like, you're out of your mind. I was like, he's not that guy. He's going to do a victory lap. Even if they don't make it to the Super Bowl or anything, he's just going to farewell with go to every stadium, have them do a little tribute. You know how all the stadiums do that shit.
Well, I was like,
that's what he's going to do. And I'll be damned if like a week later they're like, he's gone. And I was like, gee, are you serious? My dad was like, you can tell by his face he was done. I was like, what were you looking at?
I really thought it would be at least one more season.
I did too. I thought it was going to be one more.
Yeah.
Because out there he would do a victory lap. He would do his victory lap thing.
Well, football's over.
Yeah.
Shit. Baseball's delayed.
Another
lockout.
Me and the kiddo I think we're gonna hit our first NASCAR race.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you were telling me. Never been. I've never been to NASCAR. I've never been, but I actually hear, even if you're not a NASCAR fan, it's fun. It's a fun event to go to.
I hear the same thing from everybody about NASCAR. They're like, it's fun for an hour. And then you're just, and then
you're kind of like,
there's a lull, and then it's fun for like an hour because you watch the beginning, you watch the end. I was like, I'm cool with that because I'm gonna walk around. I want to look at the trailers and like.
Well, exactly, and that's what I figured. Just
I want to do all that.
Yeah.
And we're gonna, of course, we'll ball out. We'll get like the scanners and all that stuff so we can listen to the drivers. But yeah, I've never been to one. I know that Texas, they're doing. I think they're doing the All-Star race there this year, and I think that's the one we're gonna go to. Tickets are cheap.
Are they really?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's because it's the All-Star race, so it's a little different. It's not like a real race. It's kind of like going to the All-Star game. It's not a real game.
It's not a
I
real
guess
game.
It is in baseball, but it's not a real game. But I don't know if it's kind of like that, but the tickets are dirt cheap. I was like, I even talked to, because, Dalton, he's the NASCAR guy at work.
Yeah, he's the NASCAR guy, yeah.
He's the NASCAR guy at work, and I talked to him, and I was like, hey, man, is something... Do I not know something? I go, why are the tickets so cheap? And he was like, it's the All-Star race. He's like, they're going to be pretty cheap. And I was like, why did I have it in my head that NASCAR was expensive? Like, I thought it was expensive.
Yeah, but you see how many people go to those things, though? I mean, shit, they definitely get their money.
250,000 people at
damn.
That's what it holds.
But let's see, because, all right, so at work, our work sponsors one of the NASCAR.
For the last year.
But like, how much money do they pay him? Or does he? I mean, it's stupid amount for each race.
My pops had a buddy that worked at a corporation that they didn't sponsor a NASCAR. They sponsored back when it was the Busch Series. Now it's like the Nationwide Series, it's like the lower one.
Yeah,
they had a car in that, not in the Cup. They had a car in like the Nationwide Series or whatever. I think he said it was like $13 million a year to sponsor that one in the lower.
God, damn.
Yeah, it was like 13 a year or something like that. So I mean, I cannot imagine what it would be up in the big boys.
Damn.
I'm guessing. I mean, you'd have to think it's anywhere from $25-30 million to have a car in it.
Insane.
Yeah.
God, I wish I had that kind of money in life.
Can you imagine? Floyd's sponsoring a car now. Floyd Mayweather.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
I wonder what all he's in. I wonder what all his money is into.
What makes
it's got to be into a shit ton of things.
What makes me mad about people like, look, man, I get it. If you're not a Floyd fan, you're not a Floyd fan. The guy has a million reasons to not be his fan. But at the same time, I cannot stand the people who are like, he doesn't really have all that money. I'm like, does he not,
no,
bitch?
Are you sure? Does. He absolutely does. He's not dumb. He's not an idiot about it at all. No. I don't like Floyd as much, just like I don't like the Paul brothers.
Yeah.
But I get what they're doing.
Yeah, you get it.
Look at how much money he's making per fight. He's raking it in. He's just raking it in.
Yeah.
And with him and McGregor, I didn't even bother to watch him and McGregor because it was a cash grab. It's absolutely
you're talking about Floyd and McGregor?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, I was on the Paul brothers. Like,
no. Yeah, Floyd and McGregor are like, it's a cash grab. This guy's not an idiot. Yeah. Talk all the shit. Be obnoxious. Be an ass.
Yeah, sure.
Get everybody in to watch. Everybody wants to see you either get knocked out or see this other asshole get knocked out.
Right.
They're going to pay all this money. And either way, you're like, yeah, dude, the loser's making millions of dollars.
Sure. I plunked my $100 down.
And he's already paid his dues for how many years of boxing?
Sure.
All the money he's made. God, when he was young Mayweather, young Mayweather would go at you. He was not a defensive fighter at all.
That's what makes me mad about people that talk. Look, man, Mayweather fights are a little bit boring. They really are. But it's funny that people talk. They always talk. They're like, yeah, he was a pussy. He was such a defensive fighter. I was like, you do know you're not supposed to get punched, right?
Yeah, that's
the name of it. Like
now, if you watched him when he was younger, he'd go to toe to toe with you. He was he was kind of like Pacquiao, but he got smart.
He got smart.
I'm getting older. You know what? I can still hit hard as fuck. I'm cool, lightning quick. Let's play defense and let's just work the numbers.
Aside from
sure enough, happens every time.
It's amazing to me that like you're trying to beat a guy that's been boxing since he was 3. If I started something at 3, it's like Tiger Woods. He started golfing at 3. You think you're gonna beat that guy?
No.
Like, are you out of your mind? Like,
he figured the game out.
Yeah,
he figured it out. He's got it.
He's okay. The only time you're beating Tiger is if he's injured. Like, that's it.
That's it.
Yeah, but if Floyd was the same way, you start boxing when you're 3 years old, you're going to be good at it.
You're going to be real good. Not just by skill-wise, but also, I know how to work this to my advantage.
Yeah.
I know how to play this.
Yeah. It's the same thing. Like, what the biggest I guess match you saw that in was when Fury and Wilder fought. Because you got to figure, Wilder's only been boxing since he was 18. Yeah. He started boxing when he was 18 years old, which is, in boxing, that's just, you might as well start at 35.
You might as well, yeah.
You might as well start
Considering
at 35.
how everyone starts today, all the pros are today.
Yeah.
Yeah. You might as well be 50 and be like, yeah, I'm going to go in boxing.
And he can legitimately knock anybody out in the sport, including Fury, because he almost did it a few times.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, you take a guy like Fury, who's been boxing since he was 5 or 6 years old, you put him in there with a guy that started when he was 18, and you see
the difference.
You see the difference.
Oh, big time.
You see the difference. It's just the way it is. Oh, that's why I like combat sports so much, man. Because
I love it.
I love it, man. I will watch it over any other sport. It doesn't matter. I'll watch it over any other one.
What did Dana White says? If you were to put a field out in one corner baseball, one quarter basketball, one quarter football, and one corner MMA, everyone's going to want to go watch people
watch the fight.
Everybody wants to go see the fight.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter how big the sport is. They want to go see the fight.
Sure. And that's the crazy. That's just your new nature, man. It's being a human. I mean, you've been fighting since dinosaurs, so like it's.
I did get a laugh. It was okay. So years ago, rewind all the way back. Anderson Silva fought Vitor Belfort.
Oh, Vitor Belfort? Yeah.
And I was losing my shit. I'm like, Anderson's losing this fight. It's gonna happen. When I'm I don't know shit, but we drove all the way from Cisco to Abilene. We were there for about 6 hours because there's 8 of us. We want tables now. We're there 2 hours early. Right. We're going to eat. We're going to hang out. All right, now they're starting the prelims. I mean, we were there for so fucking long just to see the main card. Yeah. Over and under a minute. That front kick to the jaw. You see him fold like a lawn chair, and then you see Anderson just run up and a quick little hack down and game over. I was like, we sat there for that?
Yeah, it's the best.
And then when I told my dad, he goes, yeah, that was me when I bought that Tyson fight. And one time he goes, really? It only took me one time to go, I'm not buying another one.
I'm not buying another Tyson
He's
fight.
like, you feel cheated, don't you? I said, yeah, I feel like I just missed out on all this.
Yeah. That was the danger in buying a Tyson fight. That was the danger.
I'll tell you what, I watched that pay-per-view.
Better hope there's a good undercard.
One good undercard that was there then was Chris Lieben.
Yeah.
God damn, that dude had a jaw on him. Oh shit, he could take shots. Yeah, but it was fun to watch.
It's funny you mentioned him. Lieben's and on the struggle bus right now. The old COVID got him hard.
Really?
Yeah, I think he's still in the hospital.
That was the weirdest thing about COVID that coming out though. Was you hear all these professional athletes and it just damn near kills them. I mean, and you would think that. They're in they're professional athletes. They're in great shape. They're in better shape than most people on the planet. But for some reason,
they rocked a few of them.
Yeah. There's Olympic athletes that are like, I'm in the hospital, I can't breathe. And we're like, but you're in perfect condition. Your body should be able to handle this. Yeah. And you got guys like me.
Sure.
Filthy cavemen just like, I haven't gotten it yet.
Yeah. I haven't gotten it. It's
for all I know, I could have gotten it, and it's just like, oh no, this ain't. This ain't doing shit.
I think I really do. And you say I haven't gotten it. I haven't gotten it that I know of, but I'm fairly certain. And I know everybody says this, but I'm being dead serious, man. Like, January of 2020, all that shit popped off. That's when they really like, hey, it's here. Or it's coming. You know, and they said that it got here in January, but I've told this to people before, and you can even ask like my mom and them that were back then. We always had a birthday party. A Halloween party for Annalise, and we had one every year for her. Yeah. And so it would take me a long time to set this up. I built a haunted house. I did all this shit. And it was like 2 weeks before her Halloween party. We never had it on Halloween. It was always like a week before, 2 weeks before. And it was a couple of weeks before that party. Dude, I got like beyond sick. I don't get sick. I'm not a sickly guy. I don't get sick.
Yeah, I'm the same way. Yeah.
I was like deathbed sick, and I was like, God, I'm never this sick. And it lasted maybe a week, and then I was over it. But I remember thinking in my head, I was like, man, whatever I had like jacked my sinuses up so bad. Like whatever it did in here jacked them up because I can't smell a damn thing. I was like, can't smell nothing. I can't really taste anything, but that's probably because my smell is gone. You know,
Right,
like that's in my head. That's what I'm thinking. I'm
Once
like,
you take away my smell, all I can taste is sweet, salty, bitter.
So this was like in October of 19. So I never started really being able to smell really well until like that December. Like a couple of weeks into December, I was like, you know, I'm kind of starting to get to where I can smell shit again. You know, I was like, man, it really rocked me. And then 2 weeks later in January, they're like, here's the symptoms. They started doing. I was like, I'm pretty sure I already had that. Like, I was like, are you sure it just got here? Because I'm fairly certain that's what I got. Like,
it's been over 2 years now. Can we get rid of the damn masks?
Oh God.
Can we just be like, guys, listen, it's not working.
Yeah.
Can we just go ahead and just
everybody's getting it. You know, this is the crazy thing is even when California starts giving up on stuff, like
that's when you know.
Yeah, and even like parts of California are like, all right, that's enough. We're kind of done. And I'm cool with I mean, most everywhere around here. I mean, I don't wear my mask except for you know where. Yeah, that's the only place I wear my mask, and that's
because we have to.
Yeah, and it's just I'm like, all right, guys, that's enough. Give it up already.
I have no issue. Like if I gotta go to the hospital, I'm like, I get it.
Yeah.
Dude, I totally get it. Yeah. And I get it. Hey, if you're that worried and you want to wear it, wear it.
Wear the damn thing.
Fucking wear the damn thing. Yeah. But don't make me wear it just because I want to go to McAllister's and get me a sandwich. And you're like, hey, you got to wear that. No, I don't. Nah, give me a sandwich. Fuck off.
Yeah, just make my sandwich, man.
Just make my sandwich. Shut up. Give me my big cookie.
Do you eat the big cookie from my house?
I always.
How dare you?
Look at me. Do I look like I don't?
I'm 100% with you, except for I just don't understand how you don't get the big brownie.
Nah, cookie.
The brownie's the way to go.
The cookie.
The cookie's so much better. I mean, the brownie's so much better. It's so much better.
I'm just a cookie guy.
Yeah. You know, I'll tell you. Well, okay, and you're gonna laugh, especially when you hear who it is. You're gonna laugh. I don't eat a whole lot of cookies. You're not going to see me eat a cookie very often. It's very rare that you'll see me eat a cookie because growing up, he'll probably shoot me in the face for telling the world this. My dad makes the best cookies you've ever tasted in your life.
Really?
Oh my God. They are the most delicious cookies you will ever. And so growing up eating those, now I eat cookies out, and I'm like, nope, can't do it. Not dad's.
So the toughest man on the planet, legitimately, like, oh, hey, I broke my leg. Okay, I'll go see the doctor next week.
He's a cookie baker. He's
a cookie baker.
Dude, that guy makes good. I mean,
I can't see him the same anymore.
Delicious cookies.
I think if I see her down, I'm like, what's up, Betty Crocker?
And I'll tell you, I'll probably get shot in the face for telling people this, but I swear, man, that dude makes the greatest cookies on planet Earth. Like, they're so good.
So your dad's Martha Stewart.
It's insane. It's just funny to look at him and like he's doing all this stuff and then he goes in and just Betty Crockers the shit out of some cookies and you're like, what? Even my mom, she was like, I don't even try anymore. I just let him do it. She's like, because I've tried to like. She made some cookies the other day. They were good. They were decent. I mean, it was cookie.
I feel like y'all throw your mom the biggest loop every now and then, just to where like she's just the normal one. Just I don't know where I went wrong, or I don't know how I got in this situation.
My mom grew up. She didn't grow up. My mom lived in the nut house. She was the nurse in the nut house. She was the one that looked around and went, no, I'm the normal one here. And now it's to the point where my mom's kind of the goofy one now, and we're like, why is mom so goofy? And then we're like, oh yeah,
you kind of did that to her.
This is what happens. This is Auschwitz. This is what happens. Like,
you kind of did that to her.
Yeah, this is what happens when somebody lives under a tyrannical system for as long as. Look what happens. They go kind of more squirrely.
Where like my folks, they're just both like, all right, they're both very hardworking people. Instilled me on. Again, I know we've talked about it on here before, and you're going to work, you're going to school, but at the same time, they are major goofballs.
Yeah,
and they will fuck with you, and they're smart ass. They're speaking sarcasm. Yeah. I go over, mom says, "Hey, can you help set up my new TV?" He says, "Set up my apps and all my." So I said, "I'll hook you up. I'll get it all squared away to where it's real easy for you." And then when it's all said and done, I go, "Hey, if you want, you probably won't use it. You've never used it in your life. There's Alexa on here. So all I got to do is hit the microphone and you tell it what you want to watch or record or whatever. She goes, oh, it records. They're going to kill me for saying this because they like to mess with me. She goes, so it can record me and your dad having sex. Just and she's saying it to fuck with me.
Right.
Just because I'm like, I don't need to picture that. Why'd you even got to say that? Why? When I would come home from Cisco, from playing ball at Cisco, I'd come home for the weekend. She goes, you might not want to sit on that couch. I'm like, stop. Can you please quit? Oh, yeah. Hey, don't go sleep in your old bed. I'm like, stop. Quit fucking with me. Stop. I don't put that in my head. Yeah, please don't. And I'm like... And I remember I was in the house, I go, you see, this is why I don't come do shit for you. And now I'm cussing at my mother. I'm sorry. But God damn it, you gross me out sometimes.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
And I go, and you see why I yell at you? It's the same way you yell at me. I was ripping acid around in the house. She goes, and then I said, this is why I do this.
Yeah.
This is why.
Oh, I cannot stress to my mom enough. My mom thinks, if you ask her right now, my mom thinks that we're the only guys that fart in the house. And I'm like, Mom, you understand that the reason we fart is not because we think it's funny. We fart because your reaction is the greatest.
Yeah.
Like, how I could sit here and fart 45 times in this house. Your reaction never changes.
It never changes.
You don't just finally go, whatever. You know, like, you don't do that. It's every time. It's a production. Just, and then you lose your mind, and then you get mad at me, and then you yell at me, you tell me to go outside, you call me a pig, I laugh. That's why we do it.
That's why my mom does.
That's every why time we do it.
She get in here, she's like, God damn it, Garrett. That's our famous little Jesus, Tyler. Yeah. Except it's like, Garrett, God damn. Something is wrong with you. Yeah. It's always, well, again, when I was setting that TV up, at first, I'm just laying on her bed, just looking at the TV, just, all right, downloading apps, making sure everything's set away. I said, hey, Mom, come in here. I want to make sure we got all the apps you need. This entire time, I've been just
hold it.
Oh, no. I've been slowly just letting them out, and they're just stewing in the room. The room is hot.
Yeah.
The temperature has risen.
The temperature moved up.
Yeah. And the moisture says, Jesus Christ. And I go, no. I need you to stay in here. Yeah, I need you to stay in and make sure that I got what it needs done. She just stands there holding her nose. She goes, you're a sorry piece of shit. And I go, you're such a loving mother.
Oh, my mom doesn't cuss, but she doesn't cuss, but she will call you an idiot. She'll call you a moron. She'll call you a pig. She'll call you stupid. And like she just looked at us one day and goes, I wonder how many moms call their kids stupid. I go, a lot.
Oh God, my mom cusses at me all the time.
You'd be surprised, Mom.
Anytime I make a smart ass comment, her mother was the same way with me. So she just cussed me out in Spanish. Anytime she asked me something about a smart ass comment, she just started cussing me out in Spanish. And
oh, it's so fun to jack with my mom, man. It is the funnest thing that I do all day.
Oh, I do it. Oh, I'm the same way.
I'll just call her. I call her every single day. I call her in the morning on the way to work, and I tell her, my mom is like, if you wanted your dog to be in the greatest house in the world, you'd put him in my parents' house. Because my mom treats them like children. You know, they're little adults. You know what I'm saying? And I call my mom every single morning and tell her how awful she is to the dog. Every morning. Every morning on my way to work, I call her and go, please don't be mean to Zach today. Like, take your foot off his throat. Like, and I just go into like, I want you to leave him alone. I don't want you to slap him. I don't want you to punch him. And she's just like, I don't do any of that to the dog. And I'm like, look, you're already raising your voice. I said, I'm sure he's over there peeing in the corner right now. I was like, do not be mean to the dog. Don't beat the dog up. And like, my mom has met with that every morning. And then as soon as I'm done saying that, I'm just like, all right, later. And just hang up the phone. So every morning my poor mother starts her day with me just going, please don't be an ass to the dog. Like, leave the dog alone. Let him sleep.
God damn it. I'm just a smart ass to him. That's like, so I'm just a smart ass to both of my parents. We're eating. I met up with them for lunch on the weekend, and Dad's asked me about Mom's TV and everything. And I just, what do you need to know? He goes, well, how do I get this and that on there? I said, well, you just got to look for the app. He goes, well, how do I look for it? Or how do I find it? I go, look for it. And then he just kind of look at me and go, Dad, I don't know how to not be a smart ass on this one. I don't know how to not sound like a smart ass. Look for it.
Yeah, that's what my mom, she thinks a lot of times because she's Auschwitz. So a lot of the times I'll just like that right there. I'll like, they'll have trouble with something and she'll be like, so how do I do it? And I'm like, oh, you just look for it. And she's like, Don't be a smartass right now. And she's like, and I'm like, no, legitimately, that's my answer. You have to look. I'm not trying to be a smartass. Like, you have to look for it.
I don't know how else to answer this. Press the up and down button until you find it. Yeah. And then click OK or select, or I don't know what else to tell you.
My mom laughs. My dad doesn't really say it yet, but my mom laughs. She's like it's the same thing. They buy a TV. Directions might as well be in German, because they're not getting it. It's all me. It's all me. I go over there, set their TV out for them, get all the apps put on there, this and that, and that's what she said. She was looking at me one day and she goes, this used to be us with our parents. She was like, we're old. We're old. We don't know how to run things anymore. I was like, yep. I was like, it's tough, huh?
Every TV I've installed for my parents or everything I've done, even I helped Dad build a pool, an above ground pool. Instructions, threw them away. Dad's over here looking at him. I just look at the picture and go, okay, I got it.
Yeah, I got it.
TV, I go, even the TVs though, I'm like, I don't need that. Yeah. This will set up itself.
Yeah, it sets itself up.
Even when you turn it on, it helps you set it up. So now it's getting to the point where I'm about to have to dummy proof their remotes. Yeah. To where I'm like, get rid of the tape over all these buttons. You'll get Channel, home button, volume, power button. That's the only buttons you need to press. We did that with my grandmother. She had one of those old school remotes that had every channel, every aux, video, or DVR, or DVD, VCR, whatever, and we're just like, tape it all over. Yeah, all she had was a power button, channel, and volume, and that was it. That's all you need to touch.
That's what But we have the ESPN app on our TVs. That's the greatest thing that ESPN has ever done. I could just hug the man who came up with this, because from time to time, me and my dad share the ESPN Plus account. Okay, so yeah. From time to time, it'll just randomly log itself out. I don't know if every few days it does it or every few months it does it. Okay, yeah. But it'll just randomly log itself out. And you're like, shit, I got to go back in there. And it gives you this little code. Press the code in. Do your thing. It pops right back on. It literally takes 30 seconds. You're right back in. But it does it over at my dad's house. And he just loses his shit because he cannot figure out how to do it. He's like, I put the code in, it doesn't work. And I'm like, no, you have to. And I try to explain it to him. And the more you try to explain it to him, the more he gets pissed. And so, thank God, now, when it goes off, he just calls me and goes, ESPN's off again, and I can do it from here. I just go, all right, read the code. And he reads the code. I get on my phone, and I'm like, is it on? He's like, yep, thanks. And he hangs up the phone, and I'm like, thank you, ESPN.
So if he's not calling you to tell you what the weather's going to be, he's calling you like, ESPN's off.
Yeah, ESPN's off. And you're like, okay.
You should just answer back and be like, turn the TV on. It's just...
He does. He just calls. He's just that's his first. Hey, what's up, man? What's going on? ESPN's off, and I'm like, okay. Now I've just got to the point where he goes, ESPN's off. I go, code. He reads it off, and I go, on yet? Yep. Thanks. And he hangs up. And that's our conversation.
I took one of their old TVs, put it in the other room, and Mom asked her, I said, what do you want to do with this TV? Do you want to put it in the spare bedroom? Yeah. Which one? Now that all the kids are out, you have 3 bedrooms and a bath. You have a whole side of the house. You do not use. Yeah. Who is staying here? Yeah. It's now a hotel.
Right.
So I go, all right, which room do you want? All right, this one. Okay. You want the DVR box hooked up to it? Fine. I set everything. I go, all right, you don't have an HDMI cord. That's all you need to get. I'll go get one if you want one. She goes, no, we'll get one. You sure? I'll go get you an HDMI cord right now. I don't mind doing the job. No, me and Dad will go get one this weekend. So, okay. I'm thinking to myself, they're going to call and ask me which HDMI cord I'm going to go, Eddie.
Yeah, doesn't matter. Dealer's choice. Pick one.
And sure enough, that Saturday, I get a call from Dad. Hey, Dad, what's going on? So you said HDMI cord, right? I said, yeah. Which one? Said, doesn't matter.
Pick one
whichever one looks good to you. There's gray, there's black.
Yeah.
There's one.
Close your eyes and point.
How long? How long do you need?
Yeah, well, how far are you going?
You can get from 3 feet to 10 feet. Yeah. I can tell you right now, you need 1 foot. Not even a foot.
Not even a foot.
It's right here to here. They're both very close. I said, go nuts, man. Whatever. You just go with what you feel like.
They got a 50-footer over there? Get that one.
When I go from the 3 to 10 foot, he's like, can you not be a smart ass? I said, nope, can't.
Yeah.
You know who raised me, right?
Yeah, you got the 50-foot jobber over there. Just go ahead and get that.
This is the man who gave a girl toilet water for a drink.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah, I love watching. I love watching my parents. It's so funny to watch them, and I'm like, all I think is like, God, I'm gonna be there one day. Like,
I know.
Annalise is gonna be.
I'm already there.
Annalise is gonna be over here going, this dipwad here.
I'm already there. When it comes to falling asleep watching TV, you saw the Super Bowl, the fourth quarter. I'm already just. I'm Greg Boyding it. Just
my dad is hilarious. You say that. It's the funniest thing with my dad. It's not that he falls asleep. It's that, okay, we'll be watching like a UFC fight, right?
Yeah.
And so you're just on the edge of your seat like this. They're introducing the main event. You know, like they're walking. They're making the walk.
Yeah.
Bruce Buffer's announcing them. The smoke's everywhere. The lights go down. The music's playing. And my dad's like, all right, I'm going to bed. And he just gets up and you're like, what? And he's like, I'm going to bed. And I'm like, it's right now though. It's starting. And he's like, I'm tired. And he just like goes to bed. And you're like, how do you do that? Like, how do you were
here? You were here for the foreplay. Now you're leaving. You're about to leave the whole point of it all.
He does that, and it's anything. It'll be like a tied football game. It'll go into overtime. He's like, time to go to bed. And he just gets up. And you're like, what's going on? Are you doing this to make me mad? Because I feel like you're doing this to make me mad right now.
I feel like it is. That's something I would do.
What are you doing? Like, what's happening right now? But he will just randomly. It doesn't matter what's on. I'm going to bed. You're like, what are you doing? This is what we set up the entire time for. Like, what's happening?
This is what we've been building up to.
Yeah.
This is the point why everyone's watching.
If we pay for him, he won't really do it. You know, he'll force his way through it. But if we're watching like a fight night and it gets to the end, he's just like, yeah, I gotta get up in the morning. Like, what?
Is he gonna be like, I can just see who won tomorrow?
Yeah, that's what he always says. He goes, I'll read about it in the morning. I'm like, what?
It's about seeing it happen. It's about being there.
To your point, that's another one. To your point, it drives me crazy. So again, main event scenario. Yeah. You go, they start making the walk. They're walking down. The lights go down. The music. I mean, this is what you've been building up for, right? And he's like, he just sits there and watches. He goes, why can't they just get in there and fight? And I'm like, it's foreplay, dude. I was like, exactly. This is the point of it.
You got to warm up the oven before you put the turkey in. You can't just
turn. They can't just turn the camera on to do dudes just slugging it out. Like, that would be weird. Like, there's got to be lights and this and that. How
much I would love that if it just turned on the camera and there's Bruce Buffer and he just goes, go, Kenneth Trevathan, Garrett Boyd. Fight! That's it. They're like, this is so... What?
Yeah, nothing? We don't get anything?
Nothing? Just no lube, no foreplay, no kiss, just straight?
He does. I'll be like, did you watch a pre-fight press conference? You know, like where they start talking shit? And so he's like, no, I ain't watching that. He goes, the fight's tomorrow. And I'm like, you have to watch the other stuff. It's like a movie. Like, you don't just skip to the end of the movie. You watch the movie.
I want to see the fights. I want to see the weigh-ins, the face-to-face, and the almost punches and shit talking. And Dana's in there just kind of like, all right. And Joe Rogan's just standing on the side just like, secretly knowing I could fuck him up. Right? I could end his career with one swift kick. And just...
But yeah, all of that, he none of that. He does none. He's just like, why don't they just, like, as soon as it starts, why don't they just start fighting? And I'm like, because that would be the worst thing ever. Like, that would be the worst production ever. Like, this is the cool part. Like, this is the fun part.
I wonder what the world would be like if your dad was president.
Oh, God. I can't.
I think there'd be a lot of dead people.
Hell yeah.
Out of rage.
There'd just be a lot of... I love my dad to death, but you just know when you get the head shake, that's when you know you've done something. Like, you just get the pursed lip head shake.
I'm telling you, someone saw that for me when I was at George's. I was picking up food for the team. We ended up feeding them, and I'm standing there waiting for the manager to come by so I can tell him, hey, this is the catering order, and I see these two ladies walking to the bar or whatever. Do you remember the movie Dumb and Dumber when they're walking down up the steps with those furry ass boots? Yeah. That's what they were wearing, and I just look, and I'm telling you right now, this lady was standing next to me. She saw my face of,
what the fuck? Wait, were they hot? No, okay.
And granted, if you got a pulse, I'm down. So I mean, that's not. Yeah, like, I'm not picky.
If they would have been hot, you'd been okay with it.
I just looked. I was like, "The fuck?" And then I know she saw me just shaking my head.
You conservative. Look at you.
You conservative.
Look at you. Put on some.
I'm just like, no, because that's immediately what I thought. I was like, all right, Harry. Okay, Lloyd. Really? Is this what we're really doing? This? You're gonna pay in some IOUs later? That's just as good as money.
Oh my God. Oh. Well, Garrett, it was so great to be back. This has been amazing. Yeah. I'm glad we finally got video back. Yeah.
We are growing. We got We're No Experts. We got this with We're No Experts. We got guests that are coming on.
Yeah.
You got Colton for Last Minute Laughs.
Yeah.
And then you got your guests for you've had Marty, you've had me, you've had Dalton, and Colton for
Marty twice, Colton twice,
and for We've Made It, and we got, and I know you, and we got more down the road for We've Made It as well.
So then I think it's going to be the next one. I'm not going to promise anything, but the next one is going to be off the rails pretty fast on We Made It.
Oh yeah,
yeah. It's going to be off the rails pretty quick, but I'm not going to say anything yet because I don't know that it's going to happen. Yeah. It's going to happen. I just don't know if it's the next one. It's probably going to be the next one. It's going to go off the rails right now.
I can't wait.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
It's going to be off the rails pretty quick. Well, I guess that's it.
Well, yeah, this has been another episode of We're No Experts. Yeah. Be sure to tell everybody about our links.
Yeah.
About our, not just YouTube. I know I share all the YouTube stuff on Facebook and Twitter, but let everybody know about our Spotify, Apple Music, Anchor.
Anywhere in the world? Anywhere you listen on iHeartRadio?
Hell yeah, iHeartRadio. If you don't feel like looking at our handsome mugs, well, my handsome mug and this
of course
ugly behemoth over here.
I'm the only one that dressed up for the occasion.
I'm dressed up.
Look, I match.
Oh, get the fuck out of here.
You like it? God. You don't match clothes? We'll talk about it on the next one.
This is why you piss me off so much.
Bye, Garrett.
Fuck you again.